Hello, my name is Adriana and this is part 1 of reading my friends' faves. So this is a project I also did last year, but I am in a group chat with some of my booktube besties, and each year we write up a list of our favorite books from the year and then disseminate that information to friends and let them pick a book to read. So I think all of us kind of handle that in different ways, whether we vlog it or post it just in the group or put it on Instagram or like whatever else. We all handle it different ways, but we all complete this project where we read one of our friends' favorite books from the year prior. In this vlog specifically, I picked 3 friends to read a book from each of their lists. Those 3 friends are Ruby from Ruby Read, Danielle from Danielle Reads, and Martine from Just Martine. And yeah, I picked a book from each of their lists. You're gonna see the books that I picked, and it's gonna be a good time. I don't think I have anything else to say. This is a pretty self-explanatory project, so I'm gonna let past Adriana take it away. Hello, I am starting this whole reading my friends' faves project with Ruby from Ruby Red's pick of Migrations. I don't know a whole lot about it. It seems to be like a literary fiction kind of story about a biologist who is following the migrations of this bird and kind of her own kind of character study. I did peek a couple of the reviews on Goodreads and it seems like it is a bit of a tearjerker. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a very good time. I am starting off on a work trip tomorrow, so I should have some good time to read it on the plane and hopefully be able to give you a check-in when I make it to California. Hello, I am in California and 30% of the way through Migrations. I am really enjoying it so far. So we are following this biologist on kind of her last-ditch effort to see the last migration of the Arctic tern. So this seems to kind of be like a future state where we have had a lot of mass extinctions. I guess one mass extinction. A lot of species are dead, and because of climate change they are anticipating that this will be the last migration of the Arctic tern. So she has lost all of her funding, and it is, like I said, a last-ditch effort to kind of commandeer a ship as much as she can, promising them good fishing by following these Arctic terns through their migration from pole to pole. Her life is falling apart, and this seems to kind of be her final act. I think it's going to be devastating and it might ruin my life, but I think I will still enjoy it. So leave it to Ruby to ruin my life in the best way possible. Hello, I am back from my work trip and I managed to get to part 3 of Migrations. Did not realize this book was broken up into parts. If I did, I would have read all the way through part 1 before I checked in instead of just going to the 33% mark. But I finished part 2. And what is wrong with you, Ruby? Like, what is wrong with me that I'm enjoying this book this much? Like, this book, this woman is really going through it. Like, we are learning more about her life, like, every chapter, and her life is messed up, and she's making decisions that is affecting the rest of this fishing crew. And I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, but it's wild. And like, I just want to keep uncovering the mystery of who this woman is and what she had done in the past and why she's doing the things she is doing now. Well, I think I understand the why. I think I get the why she is doing what she is currently doing, but how she came to get here, I am interested in. And my dog is very sad. I locked him out of the room. But I'm gonna go to dinner and then come back and keep reading. Hello. My husband is currently gaming in the office and the AC unit's on in the bedroom, so we're gonna film outside and see how much I can get done before the sun sets. But I finished Migrations, and once again, Ruby, I ask you, are you okay? I mean, this is an incredible book. It is so, so good. You wanna get out of the way, buddy? You wanna move over here? Not to undercut that with my dog being a menace, but incredible novel. Like, objectively, probably one of the best books I've read. Personal taste-wise, I'm struggling as to where it falls on Adriana's scale of like to love. It's definitely a like. I had an enjoyable experience reading it, but it is a lot, and it is heavy, and there is a lot going on. And it's all like in the background you have this current of it is X amount of years in the future, and basically all wildlife is gone. Most of our wildlife, most of our biodiversity, doesn't exist anymore. Very good book. Lots of feelings. This character is so fascinating in the way that she is just torn between wanting to nest and have a home and have a family, but also go out and explore and have these great adventures. Her relationship with her husband, which we see like unfold in this weird kind of like fluid time way. Her time in jail, very interesting. This book has a lot going on. It's got a lot going for it. So even if it doesn't seem like it'd be up your alley, like it kind of seemed to me, I would 100% recommend checking it out. Thank you so much, Ruby, for putting this on your list so that I would read it, because this is a book I was not expecting and it came out of nowhere for me. So A+ to Ruby. Thanks. Hello, so the next book I will be reading for my friend's faves is actually a pick from Danielle, from Danielle Reads, and this is something I'm not sure what to think about it. But I will be reading Your Dad Will Do by Katie Roberts. I'm going into this totally blind, but not to judge a book by its cover and author, I'm guessing this is a romance. Something to do with dads, which I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. That might be weird, but I'm excited to try something new. So we'll see what happens here. But I think for now, it is time to get cuddled into bed, because Trip is tired. So between last night and this morning, I finished Your Dad Will Do. I don't think you should feel too put out that I didn't give you any updates along the way, because this is erotica with a capital P. The P is silent, but you know what it's there for. So basically the setup is that this woman catches her boyfriend cheating on her with his secretary and decides to get revenge on her now ex by sleeping with his hot dad. His hot dad gets super into it and they spend a 3-day weekend engaging in adult activities and doing not much more. That's the whole thing. That's it. But yeah, I can see why Danielle enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It is a good time. It is what it is. So thanks, Danielle, for getting me to read it. This was definitely not my normal kind of reading, but you know, it works out because there is a square on my Powell's bingo that says, not your style. Anyway, thanks, Danielle. You're a real one. Hello, for my final pick of the Reading My Friend's Faves vlog, part 1. I am going to do a pick from Martine of Just Martine. For her pick, I decided to go with volume 1 of the Backstagers. I really want to get more into graphic novels. There's been some I've like really enjoyed. Nimona, I loved. Lore Olympus, obviously, I've loved, and then I've been kind of like hit and miss on some others, so I would love to just spend some more time figuring out what kind of graphic novels I'm actually looking for and what makes them good to me. So I'm excited to try this out and see what I think. I don't think it should take me too long to finish it, so I think I'm just gonna start reading it now, check in when I'm at the 50% mark, and then do another check-in when I finish it. Okay, I am halfway through this and it is so cute, and just like all the characters are so sweet and relatable, and there's just like a lot of nostalgia in this for me. Like, I was never in like high school drama club, but I always did like the summer drama club over the summer, and then I was in choir for 2 or 3 years? I can't remember at this point. So I ran in a lot of the same circles as like the drama musical theater kids, and I am a big musical theater fan slash theater fan. And so it's just really cute, and I love the art style. I definitely think I'm going to vibe with this series as a whole. We've got kind of a labyrinth thing going on. So I guess maybe it would help if I explained what the hell this is. But our main character, Jory, just moved to this all-boys school. His mom is going to be working like late hours. He's in this new town, so she tells him he needs to join a club, an after-school activity of some sort. So he decides to join the drama club. And the actors are a little crazy, as actors tend to be. And so he gets kind of roped in with the backstage crew, tech crew, whatever you want to call them. And it turns out the backstage of this school auditorium is like this weird labyrinth sort of thing where the tunnels move and rooms are never in the same place, and there's all sorts of crazy magical creatures back there. They are simultaneously putting together this stage production as well as further exploring and dealing with this strange labyrinth underneath the school. So definitely right up my alley as far as like labyrinth things and cute character things, and I just really enjoy it. So I'm definitely going to finish this in like very soon because I am speed racing through it because it's just so much fun. Okay, I finished the Backstagers, and it remains to be just as cute as the first half, but we ended on kind of a spooky note, so it might get a little spooky. I don't know, but I like it. I have a feeling it might end up being one of those things where they like try to make it spooky, but then it's like they act like they're all spooked out, and then they realize that it's not actually spooky, and they could have just chilled. Very cute. I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I think I'm gonna sit on it a little bit before I rate it, but like, really, really cute. I will definitely be continuing on in the series because cliffhangers and just a really good, enjoyable time. Okay, so overall, wrapping up my experience with reading my friend's faves, Migrations, my pick for Ruby, was beautiful but utterly devastating. Like, it was just so gripping, but like with this overtone or maybe undertone of tension and fear with the whole climate. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. The fact that basically all of our biodiversity was lost added a really heartbreaking and tension-inducing vibe to the overall story, which paired along really well with the mystery of the main character and what she had going on in her life and who she was as a person. And yeah, overall, very good. Still not sure if that is like fully my style. I don't know if I'd ever want to go back and reread that book, but it is a book I will think about for a long time. Your Dad Will Do, which was my pick from Danielle's faves. Definitely a very large departure from Migrations. Like, I don't know if you can have two more opposite books than Migrations and Your Dad Will Do. I just don't know if it's possible. But I also had a really good time reading it. Will this be a book that impacts my life and I think about in a year? No. It won't be. But it was fun. And you know, not all books have to be so serious. Sometimes we can be unserious and just have a good time. So that's definitely how I felt about that book. It was a very good time. Very, very steamy, sexy book. So if you're just looking for a fun, sexy time, definitely would recommend. And then finally, the Backstagers. Once again, like, I don't know if I could have read 3 more different books for this vlog. The Backstagers is a very fun, cutesy, magical, heartwarming, uplifting, just like unicorn who farts rainbows of a book. Like, I am having a really good time with it. And like, there is some like good substance there too. It's not all just like cute, frilly, warm and fuzzies. Like, there's a lot of themes I'm picking up on, like friendship and looking out for each other, and it's just a very sweet kind of YA fun fantasy story. So I enjoyed all three of the books I read for this vlog for very vastly different reasons. Like I said, I don't think I could have picked 3 more different books for this vlog. I liked all of them, so I don't know what that says about me, but like, I have great friends who have great tastes. I think what that says about me. So with that, I thank all 3 of these wonderful people. You should definitely go follow them, check out their channels below, for inviting me to read some of their favorite books from last year. And thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.